Joining me now is Sonya Mays, President and CEO of Develop Detroit, a nonprofit developer specializing in affordable and mixed income housing. Is that right?
That's right.
Thank you so much for being here on Detroit Next.
Thanks for having me.
So we are talking about, the issues that are important for these mayoral and city council races this year. Development, affordable housing have continually come up in the conversations that we're having. Um, I don't know. Let's just start broadly. Like, is it tough to get stuff done in Detroit right now in the development world? What is you dealing with on kind of a daily basis as you do your projects?
Yeah, this is definitely the most challenging macro environment for the work that I do that I've seen since I've been in this work. So I have been in housing development. This will be Develop Detroit's 10-year anniversary in
Congrats.
June. So very excited about that. And so my work. My entry into this space comes after the Great Recession, so I want to qualify my next few remarks with that. But over the last 10 years in Detroit, this is definitely shaping up to be the toughest stretch that I've seen. This is shaping up to be a more difficult environment for development than the pandemic period was. The first time around with the Trump administration, when we had to figure out how to absorb tariffs on key materials that are important in housing. And so you have the return of tariffs on things like aluminum, steel, and lumber. You also have the interest rates environment is much more unfavorable for financing projects than it was a few years ago. And then you start to kind of layer on the stuff that's happening at the federal level, the state level, and the local level. And so you have the kind of the receding of the ARPA money, which had really been supporting a lot of the affordable housing work for the last few years. You have some changes at the state level with the kinds of things that they're focused on in terms of investment, plus also some shrinking of some resources that have been prevalent over the last few years. And then, of course, you have the challenge of an imminent leadership change
Mhm.
locally. So there's a lot that's going on right now that makes this pretty challenging.
Let's highlight the leadership change. I mean, how critical is it that we make the right choice in this? And what do you want to hear from the candidates who are running to be the next mayor?
Yeah, I mean, I think the first answer is pretty easy. I mean,
Yeah.
I have long been a big proponent of making as much as you want to pay attention to the federal conversation and what's happening in DC is always important from a funding standpoint for affordable housing. And so I won't say that that doesn't matter. But as much as possible, I have always been interested in how do we get as effective and efficient at our local context as possible. And so who is in leadership positions always matters. And this is us coming up on a point where we're going to have a significant leadership change for the first time in 12 years. So I think that kind of goes without saying. What are some of the things that I'm looking for as the leader of a mission-based real estate development company? Um, I we are pretty growth focused. I have a fairly intimate understanding of this city's government and its history through bankruptcy and kind of where we are now.